Hello everyone, and welcome back to D&D with WhatTeamComp. I'm your host, the Uncommon Guru, our chaotic DM, and happy creator of this world of Aitse. And I'm back at it once again with my good friends, Zarkwarts, who is playing Aurelius, the human paladin fighter.
So every time he starts one of these episodes, he does a countdown and then does the intro. Whenever he does the intro, he gets closer to the microphone and it just sounds louder all of a sudden.
I'm sorry. Would you like me to lean away?
No, I want to actually be able to hear you.
Get the duck back.
Yeah, just put on a voice changer and start talking in duck.
I have one that works for Discord. Don't tempt me to send that to him.
Anyway.
Moving on.
We have Mary, who's playing as Fidget, the human fighter warlock.
Hello.
We have Paris, who's playing as Serenity, the Azmar barbarian. Every time.
You have one bit.
And we have...
Until he doesn't laugh, I'm going to keep doing it.
And we have Kendall, who's playing as Artemis, the half-elf artificer wizard.
Hello. I know y'all heard me. Why is it quiet?
Yes.
I don't know.
I just type back.
No worries. I heard you.
He's getting into the mindset of the DM.
No, he's starting the music is what he's doing.
No, the music's already started. Are
Oh,
you
shit,
not
it
here?
only just started.
Ah, that's not my problem.
I'll make it your problem. Don't tempt me here. Anyway.
I was also reading the chat and trying not to laugh more.
That works too.
So, when we last left off, after dealing with a number of undead problems, as you guys were surrounded in the warehouse you were staying in, you decided to be good hosts to these undead instead of being, stingy people, as you made good use of oil and flammability while you hopped into a underground tunnel system and set them on fire. As you do, as the undead really deserve.
Look, if that's not hospitality, I don't know what is.
I know, right? Tell them they're too hot and then actually set them on fire. Perfect.
Y'all worry me as a species.
Welcome to the group.
They should be their different species. God damn it.
Along the way, you had a few other chance notes of things going on in the underground. Before ending up in the wine cellar and then eventually getting rest in the home of Iceberg, right as the sun went down, right when he was unable to cause anyone a harm except for, be upset that you were in his home. But he didn't seem to be. He seemed to be more just like, well, you're here.
Fidget was able to negotiate a thing of wine for Serenity and Tay.
Literally the two of them just bickering in the background trying to open a barrel.
It was less that, more of her bickering, him being like, no, you gotta turn the faucet. No, what do you mean? You just gotta bang it open. No, we're not uncivilized. We just turn the faucet.
We're... Patrick and SpongeBob, we are not cavemen. We have technology. You start banging on the top of the barrel.
Aurelius literally just went to a bed and passed the fuck out.
Fidget
Artemis
face-
has
Go ahead.
Artemis has returned to trying to put the book back together.
And Fidget face planted onto the bed and passed out.
Like brother, like sister.
Uh-huh.
Literally.
So, dawn lights up the villa. You all wake up feeling rejuvenated, though still definitely worn out and tired. Does anyone look out the window?
Fidget would.
Serenity absolutely does. He's probably leaning out it.
Aurelius does the thing where he opens his eyes, sees that the sun exists, and then uses the pillow to cover up his head.
Yeah, no, Fidget is not leaning out the window like Serenity, but she is looking out the window.
Artemis would glance out the window.
Outside, like at the gates, clearly been moved to the gates. There's drag marks in some of the grass and whatnot. There are bodies that are outside the gate. And
There's bodies.
and there's just guards who are just kind of standing there looking out at, some of the people who are poking their heads out, seeing some of the, bodies and kind of being like, too much for the day, and closing the doors again. From this distance, it's hard to tell whether or not they were undead or people who tried to break in. And honestly, it would be hard to tell either way, unless they were, like the ones going after you who were very prominently, exposed undead.
That'll cause Fidget to leave, get her weaponry, put on her new leathers, now that she's no longer doing her trial, and head down to see what's going on, if anything.
To do what? Say that one more time, sorry.
She's going to, once she sees the people, the bodies, she's going to put on her new leathers now that the trial is over, get her weaponry, and head downstairs.
Okay.
Just to see what's going on and if there's anything happening downstairs.
You see some of the guards of Iceberg who are like patrolling, and a few others who are making food. Looks to be toast. Like a lot of toast. There's like a pile of 20 pieces of toast.
Just exclusively toast.
Just exclusively toast.
You're
Is it
fucking
dark?
kidding.
Artemis is going to go over and grab like a decently sized stack of toast.
Are you Scooby-Dooing this shit?
I'm eating them one at a time. I'm just grabbing a lot of them because I know how much I eat.
Understandable.
Fidget will have one piece and she's doing the half eat, half paying attention, so she's not really full on eating yet.
Right.
Is there meat nearby?
There's jam.
God damn it. How much jam? There might not be enough.
What the fuck do you mean there's not enough? There's 20 pieces of toast. How much jam do you think they're putting out? They're putting out 1/2 of a pint jar. No, they're putting out a big, almost like a tub of jam.
You know what? If it were just a single fucking tiny thing of jam, I'd
Literally
find that fucking hilarious.
like a fucking sauce packet's worth of fucking jam.
Yeah, it's like the size of your left palm, if that.
I know what you're talking about. It's the worst part. Serenity grabs a fucking stack. She's burned a lot of calories in the last few days.
Artemis is gonna sit with her toast and continue putting the book back together, just kind of muttering to herself.
And Fidget is doing what she does best, people watching.
Why are you deck saving?
Make a...
Aurelius
He's gonna say
fucking...
fall out of the bed.
No, I'm gonna say he falls down the fucking stairs.
Ooh.
You catch yourself as you go, like, yes, okay, I'm good, I'm good.
That looks painful.
It's gonna be one of those days.
Mm-hmm.
Serenity will go over to help him up.
Why is there so much toast?
There's no meat. So that might be
Because
why.
there's bread required.
It might also be that, it's kind of hard to have everybody disagree on at least toast. And there are a bunch of new house guests for the morning.
We're also in a harbor city. You'd think there'd be fish.
Do you want to go talk to Iceberg and his cooks and see if you can get more?
Fuck, I will. Serenity immediately gets up. Where's the kitchen?
Doesn't see what Fidget says as a warning at all and just goes.
She just goes, bro.
You see Aurelius raise both eyes in surprise as Serenity does that, and then he just quietly looks to Fidget and goes, "Why am I surprised by this at this point?"
I don't even know.
Are you trying to head outside, or are you just trying to be like, where's the refrigeration?
She's going to talk to the cooks.
Okay.
She's trying to find the kitchen.
Easy enough. That's where you got the toast from.
Excuse me.
Yes.
You wouldn't happen to have any meat, would you?
Why? It's not time for lunch.
Breakfast sandwich?
A what?
Alright. So you take bread, you take pork, usually bacon, sausage, something along those lines. You stack it, you make a... She, puts her hands together.
But what did the rest of the pork? Am I supposed to just leave that out exposed to the elements?
No, I was asking if you had meat. If not, then I could cook it myself.
Are you going to take a whole... Hold on a moment. And they, motions to one of the other people, and they pull out, a full, slab of pork. And it's, it's salted pork. This has been cured. And they set it down, and they kind of had this, put their hand on the table, look at you are you going to eat all of this?
Do you have a knife?
Not...
She's Australian, that was weird.
Madam.
That's not a knife.
This is a knife.
Madam, you are avoiding the question. You are trying to show and leave me with pork that is uncured, exposed to the air.
If you want me to eat the whole thing, I can eat the whole thing. I just figured that'd be rude.
It's a distant sound of Fidget face palming.
Yeah, just whack. And Fidget, when you peek in, because you're people watching, you just see that Serenity seems to be unaware, blissfully ignorant, as this man's eyes seem to light up.
Oh.
I would greatly enjoy that. In fact, consider it a challenge. You are to eat this whole thing. Yes?
Pick it up. Bottoms up?
No, not. We will cook it. We will prepare it for you. Sit. We'll be with you momentarily.
Take a seat.
This is... Go ahead.
As that happens, Aurelius grabs some toast for himself and a few more bits of toast, and he goes out and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna go fishing." I don't want to be here when this. I don't want to be here when this shit goes down.
Have fun. Oh, bring me back some shells.
If I find some, then yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if there's mussels in the. And as he walks out.
Yeah.
Man's gonna come back with a fucking pearl.
Is Velinor nearby?
Yeah, he came down.
Fidget is would like to speak to him out of earshot of others if possible.
You kind of make a
other
motion
things
to him,
going
and
on.
he steps back. He very just kind of slides back into another room over.
I have a quick question for you, Velinor.
What is it?
Why are you holding back in combat with us?
Inexperience.
I people watch. I watch him battle. It's what I do.
I understand.
And, you're more than just somebody there to heal us, Velinor.
He kind of looks off to the side.
Did you really think that's all you're here for?
Somewhat.
He starts to just kind of pace right in front of him for a moment, pinching the bridge of her nose under her glasses.
It was part of my duties before.
And I understand it, and I understand that it's very helpful for this party. We're not exactly the smartest sometimes when it comes to combat.
We're very intelligent. We're just also incredibly stupid. As my mother would say.
But, I know you can do more than what you're doing.
I do as well. I just don't know how far I can push it before I run out. And if I run out of steam mid-combat and the steam is still around us, other people get hurt. I'm attempting to be cautious.
All I ask is that you don't keep yourself as just the healer of our group.
I'll consider it. He says it with a wry smile of someone who is appreciative of it, but is still doing things to his benefit in his own way.
Oh yeah. And she'll move to walk back to the group before stopping and walking back to Velinor.
Mm.
I've been kind of reading the group on a couple of things, and before we leave here, there's gonna be a little bit of an initiation to the collective. We have our buddy Teddy that needs to be brought in. The offer's gonna be outstanding to everybody, and you're the only one I can't tell if you join or not.
He pauses and his gaze kind of wanders for a second, and he kind of leans back, crossing his arms. I don't want to take the uniqueness from my brother. He kind of glances behind you, see that he has come down and is... He looks over, he's like, toast! Much! Very confused tank noises of, why is there so much fucking toast?
You could always do what Serenity's doing and has a meat challenge going on with the cooks.
Leans in.
If he looks over, Serenity has a fork and knife in it, she's bangs him on the table, looking at him.
He looks, he squints at you, goes into the room, has a conversation, comes back out, grabs a fork and knife, sits next to her, bangs on the table. I also will be joining in on this.
Yeah, Fidget will look back at Velinor, kind of going, your brother does his own thing. And I don't think he would be too upset if his older brother was there with him.
He might be.
Have you talked to him about it?
Only vaguely.
And his response was?
Apprehensive. I know I'm being curt with you. It's not my intention, just...
I know there's some bad blood there. And I'm not gonna pry, it is family business. I just know that, it'd be nice if you did join, but if you're 99% of the rest of the group, and very much a no, you're not gonna hurt my feelings.
I am considering it. I will say that much.
You made a pretty good shadow out there the other day. Now, come on, let's go get some toast. There's enough to feed the entire fucking town.
What do you mean? There's like buttered toast? Like, what? Sees
Buttered
the toast.
and jam.
He just sees it, just like, there's so much. Why is there so much toast? And then he smells the meat.
Like-
He's like, ooh, it's like leans around the corner, looks back at you. That's a lot of pork. Did I miss
Yes. Serenity is doing an eating challenge with the cooks.
Shark
And-
bait. Ooh, ha, ha.
And I think your brother might have joined in.
He would. I would, but they do realize that is an entire side. Probably a good, like, 15, 20 pounds of meat, right?
Yes, I
The
know
meat
this.
sweats
and the cook-
alone will be atrocious.
I know this. The cooks know this. I'm not gonna correct Serenity,
Oh god. That's not my
and
problem.
and you know not to correct Tank when it comes to his breakfast.
Okay. He just shakes his head like, okay. Do we think they're actually going to finish it?
Out of pure spite, yes.
Shit. I was going to say we could take wagers and whatnot, but... Yeah, let's just have some
mean-
jam.
Out of character, you can still wager how many pounds they eat before they pass out.
How much you got down, Velinor? I mean, I did give you some of the gold.
Right, I actually have money. he
Yeah.
jingles the coin person, he looks like surprised, but he's like, I have money. Opens it up, starts counting it again, and you can tell it's very methodical. Like, as a druid, you would see him more as like the naturey sort of like land. But he's very like, when he's counting, he's very like grabs a handful and pushes them one at a time. Almost in a way of like someone who's actually used to counting money and the like, which, based off of some of the stuff he informed you of, is not out of the question, not out of the norm.
No, not at all. How about this? We'll keep it simple. 2 gold says Serenity goes down before Tank.
I'll take that bet. I think Tank can outlast her.
Okay.
Bastards.
Hey, she's betting on you.
I'm betting on you going down
Oh.
first.
Oh, going down first?
Yeah, Serenity
Oh.
having to tap out or pass out before Tank does.
Oh, in which case, he's like, I don't know if I can take that bet. Mm-hmm.
How,
She is
would you
very
rather?
tough. Yeah, sure.
How- It's just 2 gold.
2 gold. Sure.
Okay.
Fuck both you bitches.
Give me your gold. I need it for my
Back off,
spell.
wizard. Back off, wizard.
Oh, wizard!
I need it my
Fidget
ingredients.
gave you both 2,000 of her gold.
She still needs money.
Aurelius, you gave yours back.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
You have
Need
some
it for
money?
Aurelius
war
didn't
crimes.
take the money. So she
I need
gave
it for war crimes.
so she gave Aurelius part of Aurelius's portion to Velinor instead.
Yep. So, Paris,
Oh. Yes.
the cooks eventually come out with a seared, rich-smelling pork. They set it one down in front of you, one down in front of Tank, and it's been cut into like lots of little strips. And as it's been set in front of you, you hear the very distinct thud of it, and a part of your brain finally connects that this thing's probably heavier than your greatsword. And the cook motions to you, dig in. We are ready to see how hungry
Immediately-
you are.
Immediately starts devouring.
You and Tank will both need to make a constitution check.
Ah, bad.
You did better. Yep. So, like, the first part of it's easy. You know, you're eating, you know, nom nom nom, all that good stuff. After eating, like, you know, effectively, like, 4 or 5 hamburgers worth, it's kind of got that kind of slow down a little. Like, ah, that's pretty good. This is pretty tasty. You know, very seasoned, very nice. Kind of salty, but good. You know, a little bit more, and you're starting to kind of go, Sweat. Hold on a second. It's a little early for this. And you need to take a moment while you just see Tank just eating up more of his. One more Constitution check.
I can't look. Oh, no!
You're starting to realize the richness of this pork, and it's heavier. And you realize this is like some fatty, good pork, but it's like very flavorful, very filling. You're feeling very full. You still got plenty on your plate, and you're kind of looking at it like, oh no. Tank's just nom 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 next to you.
Out of sheer spite, is she going to try and continue?
Make a con.
Can Artemis wander in and steal some off her plate and just wander back out?
You're still right in the right next to her. You can totally do it.
You know what?
Okay, yeah, she
Oh,
can take some.
For the lulz! For the lulz am I using the inspiration this early?
Get the bad rolls out early. Tank is just... He looks over, you're like, you want to finish that?
It's the face of, oh, God, I want to sink this fork into you!
Kendall, you're able to walk over as Artemis and just like take a few pieces and take them away. The cooks don't stop you. They're just kind of watching with this look of that just kind of says, we warned you.
Just leans back. I regret nothing.
Yeah, Artemis will just put it on her toast with some jam. Just start eating again and going back to her book.
Mm-hmm.
Fidget will hold her hand out to Velinor.
Takes out 2 gold, sets it in your hand. Leans over. Told you Tank would do better.
I know. But
Just
you
looks-
took the bet.
I did take the bet. This is why I don't like to gamble. I
Just looks over
always
Tank.
lose.
Where are you hiding all of it?
He looks to you, shoves another piece in his mouth. Huh?
When
Alright.
I still want to drink you under the fucking table.
Don't die.
You won this competition. The next one I'm winning.
Don't die.
Did I give somebody for Serenity have a pissing contest with all the time?
Yes!
Yes. 2 barbarians enter a room. Everything's broken because they were trying to see who could outflex the other. The end.
I think they even have the same strength.
They
do, I
might,
think.
honestly.
What's he got?
Max.
Okay, no, he's actually stronger than her by 1, you bastard.
I built him.
You bitch and you bastard. Because he's using him. So
He-
he's still part of the problem.
he's also tougher than you.
What?
He has
Come
a
here.
higher con.
Come here. I'm about to throw you across this room.
He's got a 20.
Your knees, hand them over. And I'm talking about you, Dawn.
I'm not sure if I'm too tall for my sitting up top this high horse, or if you're too short.
I will take you down at the shins.
Knees are
Get down.
optional. Doom
Get
is
down here and
eternal.
fight me.
So, quick pull away real quick. Aurelius, no one stops you from stepping
I
outside.
gone fishing.
You're going fishing. As you head out,
Put on the hats with the hood. No. I'm gonna put on the Australian hat with the corks on them.
There you go.
it uses the hooks to hold the corks. You're loud out. No one stops you. It smells of death. It's a sadly familiar stench, but one you therefore can kind of just brush off and just keep walking. And there's a number of undead that just kind of litter different places. Some back alleys just have corpses that are just there. A lot of them are in the street. There's some like guardsmen who are like basically pulling them up and trying to put them into a higher area where they can get them wrapped up. And it looks like they're going to be either trying to do a burial at sea or burn them. And you would guess the ones at sea are for people who were caught in the crossfire, and the burning ones are for ones that were very explicitly undead. A little bit of an extra measure, but
considering circumstances, I don't blame them.
You also did. What's your passive perception? I think it's like 12.
It's 12.
12. Okay. One thing that you did note while you were leaving is that on the roof, you saw wisps of smoke. And you kind of just peeked up, like, are they cooking something? You just saw Randolph just sitting on the roof with a pipe in his mouth. Just sitting up there. You were like, huh, okay. And you went off fishing.
Yeah.
Make me a survival check. I'll say with advantage because you're going to be taking a little bit of time with it. Okay.
Like the idea, the thought is he goes down to the docks, and there's always normally that like one long pier that a shit ton of fishermen are on. Some fucking reason. He's at the like deeper end of that, like the end that's way out there.
Right. It's not like you're gonna get like super huge fish, but you do catch like 2 or 3. You can kind of just bring back in. I'll make one more survival check.
Like the reason he's going down to the deeper end is because he has a higher chance of catching fish at all.
Yeah, of course. Unless they're going to be towards the shallows, obviously. As you come back, you're like, oh, right, Artemis asked for, just toss that in. That, I guess this is a pretty nice shell. You get about a handful, you'd say about like 9 shells.
Do I see any really cool rocks?
On your way back, you do see one really cool rock.
Oh, fuck, I'm taking that.
It's like super smoothed over. Like it's like it clearly was like brought into the ocean and like worked on and like beat against the tide, and it just kind of eventually got flung out, like super smooth. Almost a good skipping rock.
Yeah. I'm half tempted to do the skip, but he just puts it in his pocket instead. And he returns with like a solid amount of fish. And I guess he would have to cut it up, skin it, and all that.
Yep. And you probably do like some of the basic preliminary stuff like at the dock, just like clean it out and whatnot. Basics.
Yeah. Do I hear any news while I'm out?
You do hear a little bit of news while you are out. Most of it's questioning, and like, well, there's so many clear signs Danziel is looking to invade us. They tried to take one of our major ports. But the invasion force wasn't here for more than a day. They didn't really take anything, so it's not technically an invasion. It's just they attacked us, and unfortunately, according to some of the crack laws, they can get away with that as long as we're allowed one freebie on them. Is that really how that works? No, that's not how that works. They made an assault on our city. What the fuck do you think? And it's clear that there's confusion as to whether or not Danziel will be held accountable for bringing a whole bunch of undead and then just fucking off. But it is also clear that the people who came arrived in a day and then left on the same boat.
All right. So when he returns, he'll like do the fucking good morning USA. No, he kicks open the door.
Fucking goddamn it.
To somebody else's house, you kick in the door.
No, to yeah. Well, I mean, if everyone else is inside, it's like I got fish. Check it out.
So Renner, you see the fish and he probably goes, "Hurt."
Fish.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I also got this rock and some shells.
Ooh. You have Artemis's attention now.
Yeah. He'll just like he like makes the he doesn't slam the shells on the table, but he puts them down with enough force to kind of give the effect that he's slamming them down.
Artemis will just start inspecting the shells, and then
Then he'll just slide the rock across.
and like catch the rock and just like start rubbing it between her hands and looking over at him. You should see if the chef will let you use his materials to preserve those. And see, the grilled fish is very good.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Then he'll go to the kitchen and ask, "Hey, do you guys have any salt by chance?"
They look to you and they're like, "Do you want salt to put on, or do you want salt block?"
I need to preserve the fish. So,
On.
They'll show you where they will offer to assist with it, but if not, they'll just leave you with basically just enough salt to coat it and to cure it.
yeah. And then he'll probably think about different ways he can just cook the fish on their travels, which he is under the vibe that we're not going to be here for too much longer.
Certainly a vibe.
And food is helpful.
You're preparing rations. You're getting a snack.
Pretty much. Yeah. But he will also cook a little bit of the fish now and have some of that with the bread. And that's breakfast.
Good. So, Fidget,
Yes.
make an athletics check.
Okay.
Okay. After you have some toast and jam, get yourself a bit more situated and whatnot, you head outside and scale up onto the roof. Getting a look at the city in the dawn. It is a beautiful city, especially since as the sun rises in the east, it just kind of hits the water and sends like that kind of an ocean spray across the entire place. It's really a beautiful city. And you can kind of see a lot of different motions of people finally starting to come out. Some people talking to some of the guardsmen who like tell them, "We're not done cleaning this area. We need to remove, whatever. We'll handle things here." People hesitantly trying to reopen their shops, hoping that there's not too much damage. You can see areas that look like the warehouse that was burnt did catch fire to a few other places, but didn't spread too far. It looked like it was kind of sectioned off once it started raging. It is just completely just destroyed in that area.
But yeah, very much a moment of her kind of it. Even though it's much fancier than home, it's still being a seaside town reminds her of home.
As you're watching, kind of looking over, after a little bit, as you finally kind of settle into yourself, you hear a faint
Faint what?
that sound did not come through.
Exhalation of
Oh.
air. I tried to make it loud enough that you could hear it. I wasn't sure if you did.
So that'll finally grab her attention, and she'll turn around.
You can see a few bits away from you, just seated on the roof, blowing smoke, is Randolph, who just kind of stares out for a moment, then glances to you. This is a homely place, isn't it?
Makes me a little homesick, if I'm being honest. Not that either of us could ever go back, but you know.
Well, we could. Just wouldn't be for long. Not with Artez around.
Well, to be honest, I ain't gonna be heading that way for a while. I've got work I'm doing after leaving here.
He nods, just like,
I'm helping Gadai. And after a moment, she'll kind of look at him going, when's the last time you talked to him?
to Dartez? Or Gadai?
Gadai. I know you had a meeting with Dartez not too long ago, so I already know the answer on that one. The collective sees all, Dad.
It was a short time before you were born. Maybe about a month or so.
He did talk about you and Ma quite fondly.
Ugh. I was actually a better man then. Well, I was falling away from that.
Yeah, the version of you that he's told me about is very different than the version I know. But, I'm also realizing there's some things that I thought were going on that probably weren't. So there is that.
It's part of growing up.
I was gonna blame the memory issues, but growing up works too. Would you, by chance, like to talk to Gadai?
No.
Okay.
I think part of me
Shall
still
I-
wants him to remember me as I was.
Oh, he stood up for you anytime I said anything differently, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that version of you is the one he's always gonna know. Though, to be fair, I don't think you and I have actually had a face-to-face conversation. Like, what, 13 years?
It's been a bit.
Shall I leave you to your whatever you're doing up here?
You don't have to go.
She'll just stare at him for a moment, just like there's a various emotions passing over her face before they just kind of like seem to wipe away to a very her usual kind of like stone cold expression before she takes a seat on the roof nearby, but giving him space.
Sounds good. Meanwhile, after a bit of time, as you all are, handling your breakfast and whatnot, eventually Iceberg comes downstairs, dressed basically just in a bathrobe and some fuzzy slippers.
Please tell me they're shaped after, like, a fucking seal or something.
They're shaped after little penguins.
Aww.
He's got an aesthetic he's got to keep up.
He's a cold-hearted sociopath. He's got to look his best. And he's wearing just this bathrobe with little penguin slippers. Got a little pipe in his mouth as he walks down, looks around. He always, like, gives you, like, a little greeting. Just a little, walks past, shuffles backwards a little bit, glances over, sees where Serenity and Tank are, walks over, sees there's, like, some scraps of meat, swipes them into his hand, shotguns them, and just keeps walking on to grab some toast. Just like little bits of meat table scraps. He's just like, that's mine. Just get some toast, and he sits down and just.
Aurelius is probably helping Artemis with the book at this point.
Organizing pages.
Yeah.
And putting it back together. She looks like she's following something. Like there are string guidelines. But I'm not sure if Aurelius can see them.
He's not,
attuned.
Yeah.
I think after some sitting in silence with her father, Fidget would make her way back inside.
And Artemis is just muttering to herself the whole time. It's not in a language Aurelius doesn't understand, but the words that she's saying don't make a whole lot of sense, and the sounds she's making do not sound entirely like words the whole time.
Well,
Basically.
She's speaking in Undercommon.
God fucking.
Nah. I learned Undercommon. She's speaking the language of a nerd. I like nerds. They keep things orderly.
Is that actually a language? I'm pretty sure that's not an actual language.
No, it is not.
Who's speaking?
Iceberg.
I feel like if there was a language of nerds, I would know it at this point.
You're fluent in it, Aurelius.
Me, fluent in nerd? No.
Yes.
Yes.
Like the immediate shutdown.
Of course.
Aurelius just kind of says, I speak a lot of languages, but none of them nerd.
All of them are. Artemis, can I see the brick?
The what?
Good eye.
Oh, the rock. Artemis will pause in her book mind scramblies and go and fish around in her bag and pull out the ascending stone.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate
Toss
it,
it
dog.
over to Serenity.
She'll kiss her forehead. Have fun. She'll look at Fidget. Are you going to join them, or do you want to join me?
I mean, if you want the company, I'll go with. But I was I know sometimes the conversation with Gadai is more of a personal thing.
Oh, I'm just asking him if he got the letters, and then I was going to head out into town and walk off that large meal.
Yeah, I gotta thank you for that. You made me a little bit richer.
You bet against.
Cause I know what Tank is capable
You
of.
see Tank just in the corner, hands in the air, like victory. Oh, I'm
point at Tank.
feeling it.
Just point at Tank. You've won the battle, but you've not won the war.
Just
I didn't
know
realize there was a war.
Just know, Serenity, that his nickname is Tank because it's short for Tank Good. It is not because he is a tank.
Man was too coward to try and drink me before, and he still refuses to.
Well, one...
Cowardice!
No, it was actually... We had a very important meeting the next day, and he had to be on his game to be collective.
Yes, points to you, points back to Serenity. Don't die. He goes back to leaning back. He's
Meeting
like,
today,
don't,
and you still refuse.
don't die.
Why are we
We
dying?
Look at him.
Because Tank won't drink her under the table.
Hank won't let me drink him under the table. Get that right.
I know what I said.
I know you know what you said. Correct it.
I'll probably make more money off of you if you try it.
I'm going to start stealing your wallet when you sleep.
And I will steal it back.
You won't even know, mister. Wouldn't notice a tick if it was on your face.
Are you threatening
noticed
to
a l-
steal from the collective?
No,
Are
I'm
we
stealing from
collective?
you.
I'm collective.
You're allowed to be
If you
collective
got-
if you want to be.
What?
gonna be-
Why?
Why wouldn't you want to be collective? We've got perks.
And there's a special branch of the collective body called the Tinkerer. It's what Crazy does. They get all the material and stuff that they would ever need for any experiments that they want to do.
Artemis just has this wide-eyed stare on Artemis and on Fidget, and then the iceberg, and then back to Fidget. Like, oh God, you are serious.
You don't have to. I'm going to put that out there. Nobody actually has to join. Me staying collective and becoming a Whisper just means that if anything collective comes up and they see anything that you've done is against the collective, it is now on me.
Think it over. I'm not gonna rush you. Good talent like all y'all, that takes time to settle things in.
Look, while I may not join, I can't help but admit that you guys are exceptionally useful.
He kind of waves it off like, of course we are.
Trinity just shakes her head.
Artemis just goes quiet and goes back to trying to organize the pages of the book, not really making eye contact or looking at anyone.
It's not obvious, but Aurelius is trying to get a read on Iceberg when he says that.
Make an insight check.
Trinity's heading out with the rock.
Oh my god, it's the same as my passive.
He's a hard person to read. There's definitely amusement, but you've seen that look that he has currently. You see it a lot, actually. Not on him. You see it as something that Fidget does. He's people watching. He's taking you in and making assessments based off what he sees.
He's cunning, basically.
Yes. Which also would mean that if he's making an offer like that to you, while it could very well be just flippant, if he's
There's a
saying
reason.
it, there's a reason, yes.
Aurelius will just kind of smile and go back to figuring out what the fuck he's looking at.
I saw the Arcana check before. You're starting to kind of piece together some stuff. It's different parts of it look to be different other parts. But when she's putting them together, at first they don't fully make sense until you realize that, no, they're all talking about the same kind of stuff. This is a ritual-looking page. Like, it's got hieroglyphics of stuff you'd write onto a wall or something. Hey, that actually looks familiar. Have you seen that one before? Kind of a vague image of something that kind of gives you like a chill up your spine and kind of passes.
All right, so effectively what's happening as he's trying to help assemble everything is he's more or less giving his hot takes on shit. Like, ugh. Yeah. Why do they need a left toenail for this? Why specifically the left toenail?
Why is it always the left sock?
In fact, why do they use socks? Why does it have to be a wet sock as well? Like, what
Because
the fuck does
it has
this?
sweat in it.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Needs body essence. And Artemis barely registers that she answers that question. She's just continuing to organize.
Just assume the conversation more or less goes on like that.
There's a little bit more time that goes on, and then you hear this little thump, 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 as you see what appears to be a mound of blanket just kind of just slide down the stairs. And it makes like caterpillar motions as it just towards the kitchen.
Is that midnight?
As a person gets up, reaches out a hand, grabs like 2 pieces of toast, you just hear this chomp, 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 chomp. And the person stands up again, stretches, and like just kind of goes, oh, it's so much better. As Ember just kind of like turns around, just like, ah, man, I knew I was forgetting something. It's breakfast time. Oh, hi everybody. Grabs the blanket, throws it on like it's like a fancy little cloak. Just like, sorry, I'll go put these back, and runs up the stairs.
Like, Aurelius is just staring at her, kind of dumbfounded, but in the best possible way.
She
just kind of like this look of, how can she be simultaneously so fucking like deranged and crazy, and then like immediately be so elegant on the recovery?
You get the sense that much like a flame, she doesn't do well in the mornings until she's had something to eat.
She needs kindling. She
needs kindling, yes. And as soon as she does, she's like, all right, now I can stretch and be like, there we go. Put this on and, let me just, then you hear this like, bang, bang. And just this, what? Bang, bang, bang. No! Bang, bang, bang. Fuck off!
There's midnight.
And then you hear hey! Don't you get in my room! What are you doing? No bed! As you just see Ember, you just see Midnight being dragged to the top of the stairs before being let go. He's like, just laying there for a while, just like, I was enjoying a proper rest. Slowly sits up, staring down the stairway. He's like, at you all. People.
Artemis will look over and give a little wave.
Aurelius kind of like looks to Fidget and like kind of quietly without it's kind of like a talk whisper, like the idea. It's like, can we keep her? This is hilarious.
Fidget will stare dead-eyed at Aurelius and just kind of all of a sudden a shit-eating grin passes her lips, and she kind of goes, she's so cool.
Pretty fucking just covers her mouth and try and muffle the rest of the outburst.
You're not getting into my fish.
I wouldn't want it anyway, I'm full.
I think
I'm not
that was
talking to
towards
you.
me because I called him out on having a thing for Amber again.
I will kill you, and then I will kill you again.
I mean, she's not wrong, though.
Please don't. I don't have the diamonds for that yet.
Not please don't kill them because he doesn't want them to kill, but please don't kill because I can't bring them back at the moment.
I could. I just don't have it prepared, and I don't have the material for it.
Aurelius just kind of like stops for a moment, and then looks over at Velinor, and his interest in the book is suddenly completely gone.
My interest is piqued.
What do you mean you can bring people back? Dead serious.
Of course. And Velinor kind of looks at you, leans forward. There's a flicker of a moment when you're on the edge of death. Before your soul steps out of your body. Where you can be resuscitated. It's a fleeting moment. Maybe under a minute. I haven't exactly waited to try and test it. But if you're fast enough, it's possible.
And what happens if a soul is partially in the body and partially out?
You shove it back in. That's the point of the spell. Are you worried that part of you is outside of yourself?
I've always wondered, but there's no way to be sure.
It probably feels
Or at
worse
least
after your kind of motions to your removed limbs.
what's done is done and cannot be undone.
But it doesn't help you feeling like part of your soul is outside of your body. That's what I'm saying.
He kind of shrugs, I guess.
Well, think of it this way. Some clergy members are able to speak with the dead, and I'm pretty sure if they tried that spell on you, you would talk to them and call them an asshole. Because you are very much still alive. Therefore, you do not have to answer their questions.
I think I'd call them an asshole regardless, he says with a smile.
And you hear Iceberg chuckling a little like, good stuff.
Most of them are so bound to their rules they don't consider that things change with time, and that's the natural course of things. People change, the environment changes. It's the natural order, and they're afraid of that.
They also don't like when others disturb the natural order. Artemis will kind of look over at Villanor a little curiously. They're not usually fond of that spell.
Villanor nods. You see Iceberg, Aurelius, because you were looking at him, have a slow, wry grin. Just this grin that just says he likes what he's hearing. As he nods to you, eats his toast.
Aurelius basically says, long story short, they're a bunch of hoity-toity pricks.
Amen to that. Can I get you a drink?
It's a little early for drinks, isn't it?
Well, it depends on what you want to drink.
Is there anything I can take for us on the road at some point?
Suppose there could be a bottle of juice or such, but that could go bad. Alcohol, that also can go bad. Don't suppose you want bottled water. We don't have that.
Aurelius just kind of thinks about it. Alcohol does tend to last longer, though.
Would you like a bottle?
You got any rum?
We have rum. It's a kind of like makes a wave of his hand motion. Like he's like, it's not my thing. It's not much of a party pleaser, but I got some just in case. You know, some rougher around the edge sorts want to have a sip of something. He motions to the side and motions for someone to go bring you a bottle.
Yeah. Aurelius kind of smiles and he says, "You spent any time around sailors?"
No. Of course I have. I'm not originally from Wavebreak. I'm actually from up towards Yanal, north of Nairobi.
Please hold while I look at this map.
Follow
yeah.
the coastline.
All right.
Yanal is just under the border of Goraline. Well, back when I was there, it was a part of Goraline, but you know how borders move and whatnot. Good time.
You from the north?
Yeah.
You're from the north as well, then?
Yeah, of course.
Huh.
Been all over the place, really.
Anywhere in particular you've found enjoyable before ending up here?
Nepal. Oh, beautiful country. Wonderful people. Kind of sticks up their asses, but you can get used to that. But the culture and the food. Oh, the food. They have, hold on. Hey. And they pause one of the servants and they get him a bottle of Nepal rice wine. Give him a bottle of that. He looks at you. Savor it. Don't drink it all at once.
Aurelius's eyebrow rather raises. He's never heard of rice wine. He's heard of like samurai, but he has not heard of rice wine.
Out of character. He's effectively giving you a bottle of sake.
I'm aware.
Of course.
I know this.
Yes.
You know this. We all know this. How does Aurelius not know this?
He's from the West, and so he's not cultured yet. He's pretty more cultured.
Our man is a Texan.
Man's white.
No.
What? That thing's white.
Well, he's from closer to Sizalki. Is that where it is? Sayaskai or
The capital.
Silver Crossing. I can't remember. It was north and near one of the fucking rifts. Fucking whatever. My brain's dead right now.
Flowers, they are fucking me over.
You want me to remove the flowers? Finally.
Please, I can see some of the cities.
Alright, finally get to remove the flowers. I've been waiting for someone to ask.
It's been years.
It's been years, but I love the flowers. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move it to the to DM layer.
Just delete them. Delete them.
Delete them.
Delete them.
Be gone.
The flowers were a thing of boredom and they've been there forever.
No one wanted them gone.
No one said anything.
Correct. That's how I handle that. I was like, alright, cool. Did some of these get moved to the map layer? It might have.
I mean, Aurelius has been moved to the map layer at some point. That's why I put his token over the top of Aurelius.
Oh, I can remove that.
Hey, get off me. Stay the fuck away from me. Hey, no.
Oh, he's not.
Fuck you.
He's not on the... There you go. But yes. You were, like, to the north, probably more northeast of Darukhold.
Northeast of Daruk, so we'll say around here-ish.
Around
then.
there is honestly right about correct, yeah.
Yeah, in the mountains, that's a good place for a fortress, so yeah, that adds up.
Yep. Correct. That is what, yeah. It's in more of the hills sort of area, but with the pit itself being in that area, that also does kind of make it, in a way, defensible. Just due to the fact that it's one of those things is like, you're going to go to one of the most dangerous places on Earth. Good luck, buddy.
And Aurelius thought that was normal.
Yes. As the bottles are handed to you, he motions to you all. Well then, are you all going to be joining me this evening? Well, not this evening, this afternoon, really. Von Sterling says he's been having a talk with someone, and he's looking forward to bending his arm over and spanking him like the brat he is.
Oh, fuck yes, I'm ready for that.
We're finally having his initiation, huh?
We're gonna make it a soft one, but with the understanding of, you understand what the lowest rank in the collective is?
Do you guys have like a janitorial role? Aurelius
We're
kind of
making
said.
one specifically for him.
Yeah,
Oh,
Teddy ain't
good.
gonna get the greeting and welcome he's expecting, but at the same time, it'll be an initiation for anybody else who wishes to join.
I
Of
think I know
course.
someone who would torment him greatly.
I can think of a few people.
Can I
I-
watch?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what I'm
you're all
offering.
welcome to-
Do you
you're all
not want to
welcome to be
watch?
there.
I'm curious.
If you want, you
You're
can
all
join
welcome.
as well.
It's obvious I'm talking about Davy, by the way.
Out of character, yes. In character, whoop, right over the head.
Out of character, I know somebody who would piss him off even more, so to have to work for.
You.
Yes, if he has to work for me.
Well, she'll come. Yeah.
I'd like to talk to someone before I think about this.
I imagine you're talking to them to think about this. Like I said, no rush. It's an offer.
I'm from Danziel. This kind of stuff is taken fairly seriously.
He shrugs. Makes sense. I mean, Denziel's where we originated from. That's why we take so much seriously.
That makes too much sense.
Bridget just kind of shrugs, like almost in a look of it never came up.
Yeah, Artemis looks really uncomfortable.
Aurelius kind of quickly chimes in and mentions the talk on the street.
Yeah. When people are, getting attacked in the streets and whatnot, most people expect someone to go forward to the guard. And if there are people, then, we're not gonna mess our hands with that unless it's something that we think is actually important. But, a few other people got caught in the crossfire. That's not on us. We kept our hands clean of that. You all actually did a very good job of making as much of a commotion as you could, which made people get out of the way. It's honestly quite impressive, if you ask me. That being said, we weren't expecting a sudden army of undead. Takes a puff of his pipe. Kind of looks between you all for a moment.
I don't think anyone was expecting an army of undead.
Yeah, it could have come up at some point, but not like that. That was too military.
Convenient?
No, convenient would be... Well, actually, no, it's also convenient. No. You got a point.
It was too military, the timing was too convenient. There's a lot of things going on there. I'm not the person to look into it, but I don't trust that.
We usually got people for that kind of thing.
If possible, I'd like to be updated on that investigation.
Are you joining us?
Aurelius will finish the sake he's drinking,
Just a little sip.
and he will lay his sword down on the table just to make sure that what he's saying is as clear and as true as he possibly can say it.
Mm-hmm.
While I do not see myself joining the organization, I am willing to lend my aid within reason and within my capabilities.
I think the reason he's asking Aurelius is that kind of information ain't cheap if he ain't one of us.
Tell you what, like I said, we don't force anyone to join.
Oh no, never.
We'll definitely coerce you. We'll try and make it appealing, but we'll also be very upfront about that. After all, we have what you want anyway. Why not be honest? Now, you want to be kept up to date, but I can't go through you if you're not one of us. Are you willing to work under, if not a trained, at the very least a competent whisper? According to Von Sterling, that is. Motions to Fidget. If you have questions, you ask her to report them to me. We update her on the information. If there's any cost to it, you can pay it through her to me. After all, nothing's cheap.
Aurelius will look down at his blade, and he's trying to figure out what is the most just action to take, and he can't figure it out. So ultimately, he'll look up and say, "Give me a month or two and I'll come back to you."
I won't update you till then. Fair?
We'll say at the next full moon of the Lunatari.
Oh, that's in a month and a half. Fair enough. That's enough time, I imagine.
If it isn't, then I have no idea what I'm doing.
Fair.
And he'll return the sword to his back. Just as a side note, that's kind of a tradition within his order to lay down your arms to be as, straightforward as possible without threat of harming anyone.
Mm-hmm.
The idea being is I'm unarmed.
You're bearing yourself to them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Artemis is going to go and take a break from doing the book. She's going to tuck it away. She's going to go and look for Crazy.
Okay. In the background, Serenity has stolen away Fidget. Yoink!
Yep.
Fidget and Ember. Sorry.
Oh, you're taking Fidget with you guys?
Yes.
No!
What's happening?
Fidget's not going to go willingly once she finds out what you're doing.
I'm not gonna put you in makeup. Well, I'm going to take you so that you can relax.
I have work I need to get ready for, Serenity.
Yes, and that can wait a second, considering we just had 3 days where we were hunted down like dogs or deers in the forest. So you're coming with me, either willingly or not willingly, so that you can get your feet rubbed.
Nope. I'm
I
not
will
going.
go.
Take Aurelius.
Alright.
I ain't going.
Aurelius does the tiny one finger hand up thing. Okay.
I got work I gotta do, Serenity.
Weren't you the one who told people to relax?
Yeah, and honestly, working for me actually is relaxing. Go figure.
Oh fuck!
Can't
Why
you
does
just
that
hang
feel
out with
so
me for
familiar?
once?
Sorry, you were both talking. What did you say, Paris?
He said, "Can't you just hang out with me for once?" He gives her the pouty face.
I'm not going to the spa.
You can come with me to shop with weapons, because I'm not just going to the spa.
I'm good.
Just
Why do you despise me so much?
I
You bet
don't
against
despise
me and then you abandon me?
I don't despise you. I hate anything to do with weaponry or shopping, honestly. And anything prepping and I'm good.
Like to do that isn't fighting.
Aurelius just
Those understand the. No, it's one of those things. Fidget just stares at Serenity, going, "I don't understand the question."
Tank for the corner. Drinking.
Aurelius looks at Fidget and goes, "If you find any supplies, feel free to add them to my back. My pack, sorry. It's just...
I'm not going.
Fine.
I'm not
This is
saying
better
that
hobby.
you are coming with, bruz. I'm saying that if you find anything, you put it in my pack, man."
My best man.
What the? Is that accent in character?
He's kind of doing the accent of a tiefling that he met at one point.
Midnight switching.
Fidget's just staring at him and kind of shakes her head, going, "Whatever it is that you just drank, I'm good with that too." Haha.
It's really nice though. It's really good. I like it.
Oh, well, I don't blame you for enjoying it. And then Fidget will look at Serenity, going, "Have fun with the two lovebirds."
What? Huh?
Serenity looks at Fidget, and she's still kind of pouting, and then she says that, and you can see her eyes just roll to look at Aurelius, and the malicious intent is so obvious.
Aurelius has the, like, wide-eyed puppy look, like, what?
What?
She hooks her arm through Aurelius. Fun. It'll be fun.
What kind of torment have I given myself?
It drags him out with them.
Suddenly realizing,
Just
oh no, I've made a mistake.
Just to imagine the, like, romantic era protagonist monologue as he's being dragged away.
Oh no. Aurelius wants his feet rubbed. Artemis was just like, I'm just gonna slip away.
Like, if she didn't leave the building, there's no reason for me to panic. If she did leave the building, I remember what happened last time.
Well, you don't know where I went, so you
Yes.
have no idea.
Panic.
Well, you weren't keeping track of me. You went on a date. It's fine.
What if why am I supposed to keep track of you 24/7 versus your own self-preservation?
Listen, I just went somewhere. You and your own worry, your emotions are for you to regulate, not me.
You have the spy's murmur, Serenity. You can get a hold of her if you're that worried.
It's not even Serenity worrying. Serenity's been like, okay, Artemis has vanished. Deal with that later. Paris, meanwhile, is like, please don't get put in a bag again.
Listen, if someone decides to put me in a bag while we're with the collective, I think that'll be their punishment.
You know what? Fair
actually,
enough.
You were actually hearing the spies murmur, "Hey, Artemis, are you in my bag?"
No? Why would I be in your bag?
If you find the missing fucking stone in there that I've picked up, you could keep it.
Oh, I already kept it, but thank you.
Okay.
Hence why it's missing.
There's also fish if you're hungry.
Excellent, thank you. She's not in your bag, but she always enjoys the snacks.
I find it so fucking funny if she was just like fucking bean style, just like.
Whoop.
I-
Who disconnected?
Nope, Paris
Oh
did.
no, Paris.
Just like the bean head poking out, like, huh?
Yeah, Artemis went to go talk to someone, and everyone else was like chittering and being goofy, and she's like, "Okay, well, I'm going to walk away now."
Like the autistic. My part in this conversation's done. Just walk away. Doesn't elaborate.
Yeah, basically that's the whole thing.
Paris is back.
My internet was just having a heart attack.
Well, we're glad you're back.
No, I'm not. You're gonna drag me on a weird fucking date that I'm not prepared for.
I had a mental image of someone leaving like snack foods in a trail and already doing the cartoonish thing of like,
Ooh,
I'm gonna take
another
this.
one.
Ooh,
Ooh, another one.
And it just leads to a bag. She's just like, look, someone set up this whole thing to put me in a bag, but there's a lot of snacks in there. Like, dives inside it, just it appears I've been caught. Eat snack. It'd be a shame
Well,
if
it
I
looks like
ate all
a-
your snacks.
Yeah,
Paris,
and it's like it looks like I'm your problem now.
Paris got disconnected again.
Oh no, the internet needs to be friendly, not a pain in the butt.
Well, there's always this stuff going on with Artie while we wait for Paris to get back.
Yeah.
So where'd you
Go.
go, Artie?
Do raccoon things.
She's going to go and find Crazy.
Okay. Finding Crazy is not terribly difficult, especially if you ask a guard for an escort to through the underground tunnels to ensure just, speed more than anything. Speed and efficiency of getting to where Crazy is at currently. And you get to the subterranean warehouse area where you had been before. We saw people who were training, putting stuff together, or trading various things and whatnot. And they lead you through until off in the corner you just hear this loud boom! And just this boom! And you just see Crazy just on his ass. Slowly sits up, licks his lips. Needs more salt. Stands up. Hold on! Let me get the second batch! Just running up the stairs.
Hi!
Sits on his ass as he looks at you. Oh! Artie! You want some soup? His hair
You have
is
soup?
singed and whatnot. His eyebrows are just got a faint bit of char to them. It's like, yeah, cooking it right now.
I think I fixed it. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Okay. So, the soup burned off your eyebrows?
There's some potions that were going off next to it and whatnot. One of them is meant to go off, but it went off before I could cork it, and kind of blew me down the stairs. And as I did so, it got some soup on me, and I realized there's some salt that needs to be added to it.
Okay, so you were making potions next to soup.
Yes, you don't?
You're not supposed to.
He kind of holds up a finger, taps his chin thoughtfully. But why not?
Because they could cross-contaminate. You don't always want to eat potion right away.
But a potion is a soup.
Yeah, but you really want to be able to not eat it before it's ready.
I mean, sometimes, yeah. Come on, there's soup! Runs up the stairs.
Artemis will chase after him.
Hey, when he runs up the stairs, he does the on all fours, gremlin crawling up the stairs bit. Just,
Oh my god. Who let the goblin out the cage?
He's not a goblin.
Artemis will,
He's a half elf.
Artemis will keep going after him and just kind of giggle to herself as she goes.
He gets up and you see there is separation between the two. They're on two different stoves, but they're two different stoves in the same room. And so it's that's not super helpful.
I love how you had to try 3 separate times to get it.
Artemis will look around at things and then look back over at him. I am curious about the soup, but there's a couple things I wanted to ask you some questions about.
That is?
They're trying to recruit us, a lot of us, into the collective.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about it?
What do you want to know?
What made you join?
Kind of thinks for a moment. kind of starts counting on his fingers. Let's see. Well-paying job. Job security. Security. They have dental. Constant supply of supplies. Illegal supply of supplies. A few other this and that's and whatnot. Stuff like that, really. Yeah. Yeah.
And, everything back in Denziel didn't stop you?
From joining?
Mm-hmm.
I told them that I was skilled, and I proved it. They don't care where you come from.
No, I mean, not them. You. It didn't stop you from wanting to join.
What makes you not want to join?
Well, everything in Danziel, all of that, it looked like some parts of it looked like a crime syndicate. And it's hard not to imagine parallels.
Right, of course. Well, so you have two crimes. Okay? One of them is arson. The other one is also arson. You following me so far? Sure. Good.
She kind of stares at him like she's waiting.
The first crime, you choose to commit arson. You have full freedom to do what you want. You can do it however you want. You are allowed to commit the crime. The second one, you have someone forcing you to move about and play a role. You're a little puppet on a string. They make you do it this way, very specifically this way. No freedom to think too much. You have to do it this way, do it here. They might even tell you just to sit back and watch, just in case you get caught. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes they just think you're homeless. Which do you think is the better crime?
The first arson?
The first arson. They're both crime, yeah. And this place, it's not amazing. It's not the best, but I can be me. And there's this almost an unraveling that you can kind of see. All the crazy, chaotic energy, and then you see it kind of unravel. And its expression, it's not that it tightens, that it becomes more real. Less of this cartoonish play. It's the real crazy you grew up with. The one who was crazy, who was always a madman, but very rarely wanted to show just how hurt they were by everything they had to do for those who you both worked for.
So, you have choices here.
I have options, yeah.
They don't make you. They don't hurt you to do it.
No. If they're like, hey, can you do this? And I say, no, I can't. They'll be like, all right, we'll ask someone else. If I'm working on something like, hey, is that useful? And I go, I don't know. And they'll be like, you want us to test it? I'll be like, yeah. Might blow
They
up in
don't make
someone's
you.
face.
They don't hurt the people around you.
To make me do stuff? No. They've... Twisted code of ethics aside, I think that's true with everyone. Look at the clergies. Preach about one thing, they do another. At least when this place says that they're going to do something, they mean it. They might have some loopholes to their words, but they leave those loopholes specifically for people like us to jump through. They know we're going to jump through them. That's the point. And if we jump through them, we can show that we followed their rules. They shrug and go, all right. Guess that's how it is.
Mhm.
And we go on living.
Are you happy here?
More than I was at home. More than I was in Denziel. Soup.
What kind?
Pulled chicken. With carrots. And I think I threw some broccoli in there. Steamed vegetables.
Ooh, veggies. And she'll nod.
It's a chicken and vegetable soup.
You know, they had a meat eating contest over in the kitchen.
Did someone try and say they could eat a whole slab of pork again?
Well, Serenity went against Tank.
Did she win?
No.
Oh. She's a big girl. She looks like she could at least power lift it a few times. Maybe throw it. Oh, I bet she could throw it hard enough to take someone's head off. Oh, could we make a contraption that could do that? Hey, I wonder. No, wait, hold on. Too much. Too soon. Soup time.
No, I'm pretty sure she could. The pork did taste good though. I had some of it with toast.
Did he make a mountain of toast? Oh, well, actually, toast would go with this. Do I have any toast? I don't have any toast. Damn it!
We can go get some.
Let's go steal some toast. Do you think they'll mind? Nah, they won't mind. Let's go steal some toast.
They won't care. They made a lot of toast.
And he will sneak back with you to steal some toast and spend a little time with you.
Yes.
Just
And if
gremlin
Artemis
energy.
sees midnight,
Yep.
and if Artemis sees midnight, she will drag him into the gremlin energy as well.
Not again!
Oh, like he's objecting.
Seriously, that was my first thought. I was like, yeah, right.
He says not again, but he still goes with you. He's like, damn it, I've been caught. Oh well.
Oh my goodness, it's almost like he has to pretend like he's babysitting a pair of crazy artificers.
Yep. Meanwhile, before we jump into the initiation stuff, Serenity, you are going shopping with Ember and Aurelius?
They're going to the spa.
They're going to
That's
the
why
spa.
I didn't go.
Okay, yeah, you're going to the spa. Right. You're going to go get yourself relaxed. You're going to go make yourself clean and pretty. Understood. Ember walks with full purpose next to you and leads you directly to a nice little spa place and opens up the place. And there's like this little halfling lady who like has these big glasses that looks up at you like, oh, hello, ladies. Oh, and gentlemen, kind of has this, oh, hello there. How can we be of assistance to you today?
The whole time.
We're back at you going to the spa now. There's a little halfling lady who is there saying, hello, would you like to join the spa? Saw Aurelius was like, hello there.
I like the thought that the whole time they were walking, they had to drag Aurelius with them because he was getting distracted by the merchants along the way.
Ember just,
God.
like him turning away, Ember just grabbing like, come on. Then Serenity, come on.
But that's a really cool sword.
Ember, come on. Serenity, come on.
Look at the armor designs.
We can look at it later.
I love the idea of the fucking trail left behind by the heels.
Scrape. People are just like, that's normal.
Wait, is that studded leather? Oh my god, I haven't got studded. Nope, come on, let's go.
We're going.
Oh,
This little halfling lady looks up to you. What kind of spa service would you like, madam?
I trust these two to decide for me. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Of course, you're with the ladies. You're one of the girls. I understand. Wink. She says wink when she winks.
good lord.
Aurelius is unsure of how to respond.
Absolute full of works that you have. I've had a stressful few days.
Good. Would you like that with or without the puncture?
Puncture?
Puncture, yes. Would you like it with or without the puncture? Some people don't like it. It can feel a little bit tingly, and some people don't like, well, being stabbed. It's nothing that'll draw blood, just make you feel better.
Oh, okay, yeah, because when you said puncture, I was thinking about how whenever, someone gets liquid in their lungs and you kind of have to... Anyway, that's a whole other thing.
What acupuncture is?
Yeah, Aurelius has no idea of any of this.
Neither do you.
Yeah, I do. Aurelius doesn't.
Mm-hmm. Neither
So
does
I don't
Serenity.
then?
No.
Okay.
You're too far from the north.
You're going to have to define what you mean by puncture.
They motion off to the side. You can see a person who's lying on their back being acupunctured. Just a little boing, boing. As you see a little goblin just like, nice, sweetie, you just need to relax. If you tense up, it's going to hurt more. Boing, ah.
I think I can do this without the puncture for right now.
I can do this with the puncture, definitely.
Of course. Look, we can give you a nice scrub down, get you all ready and whatnot. Are you wanting to come together, or do you want it to be separate baths? I understand some people want, but if he's one of the girls, wink.
Real look at Ember. Up to you.
He kind of looks at Aurelius. Actually, it's up to him. If he wants his dangly bit seen, that's on him. I mean, no one's complaining. Except maybe him. Are you complaining?
Aurelius is still thinking about being, lightly stabbed in certain parts of his back, and he's like, if you get that pressure point, and that
Journey
might...
snaps her fingers in his face. Oi!
What? Huh? What? Yes. To whatever it is.
You want separate rooms or together rooms?
No. Aurelius says yes to whatever it is.
Together it is.
Huh?
Good. Good. We get to see that bare ass of yours. Ember just skips down the hallway.
I love giving the consequence of him not paying attention.
It's always something that has to go, wait, what did I agree to?
Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions.
I fucking love playing Aurelius.
Y'all are misfits and I love it. So you guys head in, strip down, and there's an area where you can get like a deep tissue massage. Like they can work on different parts of your body to kind of just unwind the muscles.
Aurelius's corruption is showing. He doesn't care, but it's there.
Oh, yeah, it's there. It also, Serenity, you've seen him in states of undress before. That corrupted bits do look thinner. At least
okay, so it looks like it's. It looks like it's diminishing.
Yes.
Okay. Note that for later.
It's to the point that it almost looks more like scarring, and so most of the people don't think too much of it. At the very least, don't comment on it if they notice something.
I'm just vibing. The only bits that you can see of her are her hair, because hair floats, her nose, and up.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously there's that massive corrosion, and then there's the other scars that you'd get from fucking casually walking into the abyss like an asshole.
Like when they see like some of like the calluses on your one, like when they see the other, like they gently like take your leg off, and they're like, go get that cleaned or something. They're like, I don't know what to do with this. You see a gnome just like, I think I can help oil the gears just a little bit, make sure it works properly.
If you're going to do anything to it, I recommend not. I have a specialist for that.
Oh, we can set it off to the side then. And they'll take off your arm as well. They'll, again, just deep tissue massage. For you get the acupuncture treatment as well. So it's just these little pins being pricked into your back by a goblin specialist. Paris, with your muscles, when like they first start doing it, they kind of like go at it for a little bit, and you can hear them putting their hands on their feet, just nope, and just hear them tip 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 walk away. And then you hear like them like ring a bell, and you just hear doo 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 doo. And feel someone
Like Giant
else,
is about to fuck me up.
they're about to brand you like a pretzel. But yeah, you feel someone who's a bit, bigger in hands and in strength just slowly start working out the muscles. And as soon as they start working the magic, it's like 15 seconds before you feel something like realign that was out of place, and it was just there's like this little pop, and you're like, oh yes, that's what I've been needing.
It's like,
oh.
My spine, it's been realigned.
Oh, I can breathe. Now I can fight. You feel someone like rubbing at the calluses on your feet, trying to help soften them a little bit. Just like a gentle, like a lavender scented water near you, just kind of giving aromatics and stuff like that. And again, it's just a very peaceful, very unwinding sort of bit of time between you.
Sorry.
Little mani-pedi sort of stuff going on. I see them be like, don't cheat on me with another mechanic. Yeah. I love that.
there's only one mechanic for me, and that's
I'm the one
fucking
and
Artie.
only. I'm the one and only.
That's true loyalty there.
Got a loyalty card and everything.
If you lose 10
get,
parts, you get a free discount.
I get 50% off every time I get a...
Check off. Listen,
God damn it.
You don't have to pay an arm and a leg for this service.
Oh my god.
Alright, see ya.
He's got to do that. He's got to do that at least once per stream.
He really
It's-
does.
I made the quota. Alright, we're good.
Good.
Quota.
So,
Like I said, once per stream.
So after a little bit, Ember just kind of like is leaning back, getting the mani-pedi part. Kind of looks over, is like, "So, where are you going after this?"
It depends on the group, but I know where I want to go.
If I recall, this is good. I think we're heading either northwest or following the coastline.
If we're heading northwest, we'd be heading back home.
Towards Dragonsby is what I'm thinking. That's closer than Nereby. That makes the most sense.
Where are you looking on the map? Genuinely. Thank you.
The go here icons.
And
Thank you.
here.
I'm trying to get back. If I remember correctly. This is roughly where the fucking village is. Don, I swear to God, please put a dot. So that I remember.
I'm just leaving my icon there, so I know where I'm from.
No, I'm putting a little fucking... There. To help my brain. I need to go past grandstanding at least once.
So, where do you guys learn all this?
Acupuncture?
Old family secrets. From the
Family
old
secrets.
family.
Like ancient family?
Grandma.
Grandma, okay.
She knew a thing or two about a thing or two. We trust her judgment.
Yeah. I wish I could say that I had a family lineage like that. My family lineage is basically swing sword and hope.
Does it come from somewhere?
The north?
And that's a family lineage. It comes from somewhere.
They're right, you know.
I was taught to endure until the next day and then rest when opportunity comes. This is the rest. This is the opportunity. I'm probably not going to get this in another, year.
Well, if you come
I'm
back
waiting-
here next week, we can set you up with something. I'm sure you'll feel better.
I'm
not sure if we'll be back next week.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
Unfortunately, we are very avid travelers.
They shrug. Well, it's always good to have friends and whatnot, so you can consider this a friendly little setup for you. And you just hear fucking Ember just going, it's good, just trust him on that, it's real fucking good. Yeah.
She is having the time of her life.
You wouldn't
really is.
believe the places we've seen between us. Been to the peaks of the highest mountains and the depths of the lowest abysses.
When the heck?
You kind of cut off there?
Motherfucker! The internet. Pretty good.
Just big house. Old grandma stabbing. Sorry.
No more internet issues. Ah.
Uh-oh. They back?
There we go.
Alright, what'd you say?
She said, when did you get to mountains?
I fucking grew up in the mountains. What do you mean?
Oh, fuck.
The north has harsh terrain. It's cold, it's mountainous, it's beautiful. I told you about how iced coffee was created, right?
Oh, you've had ice?
I don't even know what
coffee?
ice
Oh, good shit. Yeah, you know what ice is.
No, I was asking, do I know what iced coffee is? Or is this kind of one of those things where it's like, I know what ice is, I know what coffee is, I can make the assumption.
No,
can make-
we actually had a session
Yeah.
where iced coffee became a thing in Molten Hold.
Yep.
Oh! Okay.
It was a whole thing.
It was, in fact, a whole thing.
Just looks at Aurelius. I mean, I was there for it, but yes.
Yeah. So suffice to say, it's a beautiful environment, but to live there, it's pretty difficult, especially during the winter months. There we go. There we go. Oh, yep, that's it. That's it. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
She just looks over at him. Considering I
It's his-
grew up there.
It's his
Oh,
lower back that's currently being,
Poked at.
attention. Considering I grew up in wheat fields and meadows, unfortunately, I don't know what mountainous regions are like.
I haven't lived in meadows and plains, so I can't imagine living with a normal supply of food.
It's not a normal supply of food in the winter, trust me.
Winter's always fucking harsh anywhere.
On the bright side, I've never had to kill and eat my own animals.
We have. It was not an enjoyable experience.
That wasn't allowed once I grew up and understood what killing meant with animals.
We were taught to hunt only what we needed.
Why is my cat screaming at the door?
There's a cat at the door. Aurelius looks over.
Oh, that'll be mine. That's Mr. Whiskers. I'll go help him out.
Mr. Whiskers.
And you see them kind of leave, and Ember kind of watches them leave and looks back to the two of you and just kind of like shifts a little as it's now just the three of you. So what about you, Serenity? Why are you wanting to join?
Considering that you all know exactly what's going on with me, I'd rather not paint a giant bullseye on my forehead.
I mean,
It's a big enough one on my back.
I mean, if you join, the only one who's going to know is you. Unless you tell them. In which case, you know, that's on you. Come on. How are they going to know that you joined with an elite group of the best people you ever met? Also pretty. Like, flutters her eyelashes at you. Like, blink, 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 blink.
I trust you. I trust the group that's associated with Fidget. I do not, however, trust the rest of the members to not find out, oh, this is where she's wanted, and turn me in for a nice little bounty.
Oh no, we don't do that. That's considered incredibly rude. Unless it is talked to with you first to turn you in and then immediately bust you out after getting the money.
You know what?
That's
Why
called-
did I not think of that? Aurelius.
It's called the superior bounty. You can only do it like once or twice because after that they start to get suspicious.
Yeah, I'd imagine they catch on. That would explain what happened. Oh my fuck! Like Aurelius tells a story back when he was like 17 years old, when he and another a paladin called Wotan, who was basically his mentor at the time, and a local guard brought someone in who was close to the fucking openings to the abyss. And then immediately was breaking out like a week later. And all he recalls is Wotan just laughing at it like, these fucking rascals. It's clear that the paladins that Aurelius worked around and with were not your stereotypical paladins. There were definitely members in the order that were that, but the people he tended to latch to were kind of abnormal because he was very abnormal.
Stop trying to eat my chair!
And Wotan was an old ass man, but he was a fucking powerful old ass man. He was like he was like those damn kids and their abilities to break out and stuff. Back when I was young.
Those dang kids and their abilities to pick our locks. Back in my day, you had to use a hammer. We heard you. It was a chase.
Serenity looks over at Aurelius and then looks at Emperor. You ever notice he almost has old man tendencies?
It's cute. He was around a lot of old men growing up. Clearly and honestly, that means he's such a sweetheart. Doesn't it?
Aurelius is now putting his face so it faces down in the table so no one can see it.
See?
You also see him like adjust his lower body a little bit.
Oh, he's so cute. I see why you keep him around.
Well, that wasn't the only reason I keep him around, but sure, let's go with that.
I mean, potato. But no, seriously, you'd be great with us. Like, again, if someone tries to turn you in and other people hear about it, we'll break you out. And if, that they find out who turned you in, ooh. Ever heard of walking the line?
I'll decide what to do once Autumn decides what she's going to do. How about that?
That girl has such a bright head on her shoulders, I'm sure she'll join with us. I mean, we've got a lot of stuff that she could use. Obviously, there's still the matter of monetary payments and whatnot to get stuff, but that's why we offer jobs, to actually get you what you need. We're just a business that happens to deal business with people who are willing to, get stuff that other people don't like. Mostly the clergies. I mean, the government officials I don't know about, but I don't know any of them personally. Cucumber?
Look, let's be real. The clergy only do things for power at this point. Maybe once upon a time.
The more you speak about this, the more Serenity seems to shrink ever so slightly.
Like, it's clear that Aurelius has a fucking personal vendetta against the clergy.
Mm-hmm.
He fucking despises them and the corruption that lurks from within, the dishonesty.
Let's already finish.
Sorry.
She just seems uncomfortable the more he talks. Like, it's getting obvious.
Yep. And after a little bit of talking, you hear a whistle, Aurelius.
Mm-hmm.
As you turn, you kind of mouth still open slightly. A cucumber just slots into your mouth, just as Ember just kind of flicks it into your mouth, just shunk. Hush, boy.
Like, has she like stood up and done like the fucking Mikasa thing of just shoving it into his mouth?
Nah. She like full on puts it in her hand and flicks it into your mouth. Ranged attack roll into your mouth.
All right, is that a fucking con save to not choke on it?
Yes. You're fine.
Yep. Okay.
You manage to bite down on it as it enters your mouth with this kind of look of just like, huh? What the fuck? Huh? Easy, boy. Just because we don't like the clergy doesn't mean we're going to talk bad about them everywhere. We just don't deal with them. Okay? He's cute. Give him a pat on the head. Ruffle his head a little. I would, but I'm in the spa right now, and it sinks into it. Invigorating.
I'm going to take a bit of a sit outside real quick.
Okay.
Serenity just gets up and in a haze kind of leaves the room.
Cha-cha real smooth.
I'll say for clarity's sake that a lot of the undertone of that just flew over Aurelius's head.
Of course, it was obvious.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because he's not very good at social cues, but he's good at figuring out what people are thinking about, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I was just about to ask him, like, how do you have a 5 insight?
Yeah, no, he has a passive insight of 15. He knows the intentions of someone, but not the emotions of someone. That makes sense.
Fair enough, yeah.
He's a little bit numb.
He
What are you doing?
Yeah, he grew up in a situation where the emotion was the lesser thing to focus on.
He has the soldier's mindset.
The emotion was survive.
Pretty much.
I give you pats on the head. I understand, Zark. You're fine.
Out of character, we understand. No worries. We're just making sure everyone's okay.
Yeah, I want to make sure that I'm not doing anything that hurts people's feelings.
No, you're not.
No, we appreciate that you're touching base with us and making sure that we are comfortable with your actions. It is a very respectable thing to do.
I just realized I should probably take my anti-anxiety meds. Give me a minute.
Do go take that.
Yeah, probably.
Meanwhile, so Paris, you step outside.
She just. She's trying to stop herself from having a minor anxiety attack.
Oh, come on.
So-
Oh, come on. He's not that bad.
Ah!
Just think about his ass.
Why?
Because it makes
I'm
you
assuming-
stop hyperventilating, obviously.
Is it Victus or Ember?
Evictus. You stepped outside, remember?
I couldn't tell if she decided to rogue her
she-
way through the door.
She is in the water enjoying the warmth. She sunk in and was like, nah, I'm not moving. Evictus can't help but come with you.
I don't have a choice! Put
I
me
don't-
back in the water! It felt good!
A little bit hotter. Hotter, 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 hotter. It's not
boiling.
boiling yet.
I know he meant well. I know he didn't mean. Just take me a second.
1.
I hate you.
You love me.
Is
Yeah. Feel better?
there a particular reason you're showing up?
I'm being helpful. Can you believe that?
I can believe you're trying.
Hey, you're not hyperventilating. You're talking in full sentences, even. What, you worry that he'll find out about your bounty and turn you in? I highly doubt that. He hates them too much.
That's not the concern. I'm not concerned any of them would turn me in.
Hmm? What's your concern then?
The more he spoke about the clergy, the more something just felt off.
You
I
want
feel like
to
I'm
go
forgetting something.
back.
Ah,
Not right now, obviously, but you want to go back. You want to see if there was actually corruption. You want to know what happened. Really? Is that the case? This is not the music for this.
yeah.
Way too happy.
Yeah, I'm remember.
Hang on, let me put on the watch together on my phone, since apparently my fucking computer decided, fuck you!
Actually, no. No. That music was perfectly fine, honestly.
And if you look at the name of the song,
Yeah,
it's
no,
very
that's why I
fitting.
clicked on it. I
I gotta see this.
Yeah. The image is also great.
Mhm.
Right!
It's fucking great.
She just kind of grimaces. It can't all be bad.
Certainly not. No, that's not how people work, but how organizations work. Well, they might invite in more of the same like-minded thinking people. Can you clear out all the corruption on your own? By yourself? Would a group help? Would your group help?
They can't. I have to do something.
Have to? No, definitely not. Wants to, though. You definitely want to. You do not have to do anything. You could leave and walk away and never look back, but you want to. You want to indulge in your curiosity just a little bit. Is that really so bad?
Going back somewhere that's...
Hmm?
It's not a smart move to want to do this.
Definitely not. No, definitely not a smart move. Not right now. Make friends. Finish what you started. Give yourself time to mull it over. Just know, at the end of the day, I'll always be here with you.
to see where this goes.
Are you trying to be comforting or foreboding?
I can be both, can't I? Which do you prefer? Comfort or ominous?
I don't know with you yet.
Then my advice? Stop caring what I'm trying to sound like. Take comfort. It's yours to have as you need. After all, who knows? I doubt that, no, your place you went to is different than your sister's place. She went to a different little institution, didn't she?
My what?
Your sister.
I don't have.
How many siblings
What are you
do
talking
have?
about? One.
Your older
What?
sister?
What are you talking about?
Oh no. You couldn't have forgotten about her.
You can't forget something that doesn't exist.
Yes, you can. If it exists.
There's no reason why I would forget about that. She seems to stop and be thinking.
And he also seems to stop and think.
Victus,
Yes.
how many memories did you take when we first joined?
Only what you gave me.
What did I give you?
Something worth fighting for. And now that I'm thinking about it, you may have been more inclined to give me her memory. After all, she's... I wouldn't necessarily say... Well, she's like you, yes. But she got further along than you. You were in a trial phase as to whether or not you'd become like Aurelius will say. She is like Aurelius. Sworn to the order. Paladin.
So, Serenity comes back into the area, will snatch up her stuff, and leave in a very clear rush.
You going somewhere, dear? Up, there she goes. Don't worry, I got the tab. You enjoy yourself with this. Don't you move, you got acupuncture needles in you. Also, I like that ass. Lay down.
Aurelius looks very concerned and up, like kind of like he's feeling like this is his fault because he doesn't know about the conversation out there.
No.
He's like, shit, was this something I did?
You can talk to her later. Lay back down. Or don't. And you leave.
Yeah.
Paris.
She's not thinking where she's going. She's just moving.
Do you put on clothes?
Yes.
Oh, I'm just making sure.
She only has like a slip-on dress, so it's real quick to just be like, and done.
I made sure.
You make your way. You don't think. You just move. Eventually, you open a door. You don't think about where you are. You don't think about where you've arrived at. Kind of blink and look over. You see Fidget and Valinor. They look like they're having some idle time waiting for the group to get back. And they notice you enter.
Done already, Serenity?
Where's the rest of the group? I thought they'd be with you.
She looks manic. And she just moves to wherever her room may be.
Should we...
Fidget is up and following her.
Yes, ma'am. Valinor will follow.
Come on. This isn't good. And Fidget will hurry up the stairs after Serenity with Valinor in tow.
Okay. Both of you go up. I imagine Serenity closes the door.
Yeah.
Do you lock it?
I'm gonna make a whiz save on that one, because I don't know if she's thinking about doing that, or if she's just moving.
Okay.
High, she locks it. Low, she doesn't.
Okay.
Door's locked.
Fidget will stop outside the door when she hears the click of the lock.
Mm-hmm.
Before sighing and frowning, and there'll be a knock on the door going, "Serenity, it's just me."
You can hear her
Serenity?
muttering, but you can't make out what she's saying.
There'll be a moment before Fidget is running to find Iceberg.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of, "I need the keys to the rooms."
He holds up one key, and he offers it to you. Her door.
"I promise I'll be quick with it, thank you."
Bring it back.
"Quickly as I can, sir." She runs back to where Valinor is and unlocks Serenity's door before heading inside.
How are you feeling,
Serenity?
Paris? How's Serenity feeling?
She's panicking. And I can describe exactly what this looks like.
Yes. That's what I figured.
So, this is the first time that you have seen this, happen in action. You know how I mentioned, when she's extremely stressed, her hair goes from blonde to black? You can see it slowly fading to black right down to the very ends of her hair. As she's walking, you can see bits of sparks and flame coming from her feet. And every so often, you see what you know is her halo when she goes to a specific form flicker in and out. Like it's losing some kind of connection.
After a moment of watching Serenity pace, Fidget purposely puts herself in front of Serenity. "Just me. Serenity, it's just me."
You get in here.
"Ask for the key to the door?"
She smiles, and it's so clearly forced.
You know for a fact if I was acting like this, you would have done the same.
Didn't she do exactly this sort of thing once?
Why do you think I did it now?
Fair.
It should be fine. It's just a few things. Apparently my memory's not as good as I thought it was. It's fine.
One's memory ever is.
It's a silly thing, really. I'm sure it's wrong. I'm sure if it just could just be lying. I mean, he likes to mess with me sometimes.
What did the asshole tell you?
You mentioned my sister.
You have a sister?
I don't. I don't think so. But he mentioned that I had to give up something that I cared about for the combination to work, and if he's not lying, then there's a paladin out there who's my sister. There's a paladin out there who knows of me. I don't know what order she might be. He could just be lying. I'm sure he's just lying. It's fine.
After a moment, Fidget puts her hand very gently on Serenity's arms to kind of make it so that she's just looking at Fidget, but being very gentle about it because she knows that this kind of stress can trigger any sort of reaction from somebody, even if they don't want to be violent towards their friends. And kind of going, Serenity, remember how you used to say that you and I had a lot more in common than you think?
She nods.
Didn't I just find out my little brother was part of the clergy too?
The breathing picks up.
What I'm saying, Serenity, is you're not going through this alone. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't gonna leave you to go through this by yourself. I don't think Adi's gonna leave you to go through this by yourself. I know Aurelius will be right by your side too. Velinor too, and whoever the hell's fuck is joining us will be there by your side. You are not going through this alone. Yes, the memory being fucked with is something that we can only be here as support to help with, because we don't know the extent of everything. But you are not alone.
Stops for a second, where she pulls Fidget to a very tight hug.
She returns it just as tightly.
I don't know how much I've forgotten.
You and I are both in the process of figuring out our pasts. I will be by your side through yours if you're gonna be by my side through mine. You've been through this entire fucking ordeal with me. You think I'm just gonna turn tail and let you deal with your stuff alone?
She shakes her head no.
You have us. You are not going through this alone. And if any of them have issue with who the fuck you are or who your family is or any shit like that, they can talk to me. How about that?
She gives a smile that's more genuine. I need to see if I can find out more.
Collectives have scribes who have eyes in a lot of places in Cormundum. I can help you find the information.
I would very much appreciate that.
I'm gonna be already asking some big favors of Von Sterling soon. For my own selfish reasons. And I am willing to pay the cost that is necessary to get you your information as well.
She shakes her head no. If I joined the collective, I would have resources. At least some of them.
Would you be okay with, like, working under me? Because I think that's the whole idea of this initiation thing.
So long as you don't order me to do something completely out of pocket.
I just want you to be yourself.
She smiles. I appreciate it. I need to have a long talk with the Victus, however.
Velinor and I will be downstairs while we wait for everybody else to get back for the initiation. If you
I left Aurelius and Ember at the spa.
It's okay. Let those two lovebirds have a moment.
And if they're not lovebirds, then at the very least they're flirting.
Does Aurelius know how to flirt?
He
No.
doesn't know how to flirt, and yet that man has way too much potential to draw in people.
He's got the dumbass Riz.
He's got the nerdy riz.
It's the nerdy Riz. It's the
He's
gamer
got...
boy. It's the gamer boyfriend with the
No,
really
no,
girly
no.
boy girlfriend.
Hear me out. He's got that Henry Cavill riz.
Yeah, there we
God fucking.
go. He's
I hate
not
it here.
wrong. That's the
I
problem.
hate it here.
That's
I
the
hate it here.
problem.
That's why I hate it.
But yeah,
Mind
fidget-
you, right now he is struggling to flirt back with Emma, if he's flirting at all. And it's not just flying over his head.
But yeah, Fidget will just kind of tap her ear to motion to the spy's murmur. You need anything. I'm just downstairs, okay?
Thank you.
Of course. Do you want to do this alone, or would you like one of us here with you while you talk to Evictus?
Alone. This requires full concentration.
We'll head on out. You can lock the door behind us. I'm gonna go take the key back to the owner. Nobody else can get in.
Alright. Thank you very
course.
much, Jenny.
I haven't heard that name since I was a kid.
She smiles. That's not a bad thing, right?
No, not at all. My friends used to call me Jenny. And we're friends, right?
I would hope you'd consider me friendly after everything.
You're practically family, Serenity.
The halo stops flickering once you say it. Thank you.
Of course.
Again.
We'll let you know when everyone's here so we can get to the initiation, okay?
She'll nod.
She'll walk with Felinor out of the room so Serenity can lock the door, and she'll give the key back to Iceberg.
Once they leave, I know on occasion the shadow will work with Evictus and essentially like just moving as him.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to start speaking to the shadow essentially.
Right.
I need to have a face-to-face talk with you. How do you think we can do that?
The shadow shifts in long wings across the side of the wall. And there's a motion. You get it almost like someone leaning forward on steepled fingers.
How much did the church have you take? How much did I give you?
Better question, yes. The church didn't ask me to take anything. The church didn't have a choice in the matter.
Did I give you Evictus?
You gave me memories of the ones who you wanted to protect the most. And the one that you didn't need to protect the most, the one you are most afraid of, was the one you gave me. All of them.
What reason did I have to fear her if we were in the same path?
Similar path, but you are very smart. Let's be completely honest. You're not stupid by any account. You're not a fool. You caught on that something was going on. Something was wrong. And you were worried she was in on it. You were
At this point,
worried.
she's
Yeah, good.
probably leaned against the desk and is kind of like gripping it.
You were worried that she was helping to set you up.
She was family. She wouldn't do something like that. She shouldn't have.
But did you believe that? In a moment of blind panic, shoving as fast as you could to get it away from you, did you consider that? I took what I was given. Relevance was not something I cared about.
She's kind of scraping her nails against the table. She shouldn't have been alright. We were. I thought. It's better than that. If she is, what would make her turn? She sighs. She doesn't finish that sentence. She just looks up at Evictus. We need to find out if she knew.
And the only way to do that is to find her.
Do you remember her name?
Yes.
Can you tell me her name?
Gwendolyn Bleskin.
Just takes a deep breath. Is there anything else that I gave to you other than my family?
Memories of those you wanted to protect.
That
If
could
there
be
were other
happy.
people, specifically, I don't know their names.
I gave you so many memories. Then why is he still in my head? Why do I remember him clearly?
Who?
The man who put me with you. Why do I remember Alistair?
Well, if you were afraid, why would he be someone who you had to protect? And if he was, a paladin, why would he be someone that you have to protect?
If I wasn't worried about protecting him, I wouldn't need to give you the memories. Makes sense.
Again, very specific, but very powerful.
Did the church know exactly what you were when they implanted you in me?
He leans closer, and you can very clearly see a smile. What do you think?
I think they didn't. But I think they didn't only because they thought that either way you would be easy to control. They didn't know out of ignorance, but arrogance. Either that option, or the plan truly was just to implant you in a human body that's killable.
What good will that do? That means they have to start back at square one.
We need to find out exactly what their plans were for us.
Well, they didn't tell me that. They needed to make sure I'd
But-
be...
Amicable?
Pliable.
Then it looks like you and I have some digging to do.
Indeed. Now, breathe, or you're going to have another panic attack and you're going to worry poor Jenny. I like that name, Jenny. Very innocent, though I still love the way that she looks at things. Like she's ready to break its neck at a moment's notice. Much like you.
Zuri kind of smiles. You're holding a candle for my friend.
I'm allowed to think that she's worth my time. Much like how you are worth my time.
Don't know if that's a good thing that I'm worth a devil's time.
Completely up to you.
Since you are my literal other half, I'll consider it good for the moment. Come on. Let's head downstairs.
Lead the way. He sinks back.
She'll unlock her door and leave the room after taking a few very deep breaths.
Fidget is still downstairs where she was when you first came in with Velenar with her.
She smiles at both of them.
You good?
No. But I will be.
You know what? That seems like the motto of this group.
We all have our own torches and candles to bear.
Yeah, but at least we're not doing it alone, huh?
The smile that you get is fully genuine. Before she just nods. Thank gods for that.
So how long
Somewhere in the back, there's an explosion.
Not again!
So how long do you think we'll have until Aurelius comes back?
It depends on if he goes for the full spa treatment or if he attempts to get the hundreds of needles removed from his body preemptively.
Ow.
There's something they do there called acupuncture.
Yeah, I'm even more glad I didn't go.
To be fair, I wasn't going to do that. I've been stabbed enough in the last few days.
I hate how normal that sounds with us group.
Like flies to honey, do bad things happen to us, but at least we keep living. Why are you on the deck?
Yeah,
Just look
sure.
over at my cat's eye level.
Artemis is on the desk.
Taller. Leave me alone.
Hey, Adi.
Crazy blew up the room again. I had to get out. There's only smoke. He put the soup next to the potion and they got mixed.
No, they didn't. They're fine. I can salvage this.
Drink it.
I told you not to do that. Like there's like probably like these this black ash just like around in like a goggle shape around her eyes and on her face.
Suri pulls out a handkerchief. Hold still, Dove. She starts to wipe her face.
And she'll let her wipe her face all the while she's just pointing accusingly at Crazy.
Oh, fuck, where's that image that I'm thinking of now?
Oh, the fucking meme of the dude just pointing back. That's like the blank template.
I'm sure you'll find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, all we're missing now is Aurelius, and then we get to go join people into the collective.
Yes. Midnight was there too.
Yes. He just slowly walks out, covered in soot, just slowly wipes it off his face, looking at you like it blew up.
Wait, you had soot on you?
Yes.
That's
He
what you
was
wiped me
there
off.
in the explosion.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah, Midnight being in all black. It's kind of
Midnight is literally a fucking blackish gray color.
I hate you.
She smiles. I can make up for it and the fucking evil monkey. I can make up for it and give you a handkerchief. Might clean better than your hand.
Don't you gotta wash up before initiation anyways, Midnight?
Yes, I was about to be off to do that, and now I have to wash off even more.
Man's like, I just had to wash my body at first. Now I gotta wash my clothes. You bastard.
Hey, don't act like you didn't have fun.
I did, but hold on. He takes a wet cloth, and he like pinches his cheek, pulls, and you just see like all the ash and stuff pull into a globule and just kind of tosses it onto hands it off as he prestidigitates it away.
And Artemis will probably prestidigitate herself after she has let Serenity wipe off a lot of the soot.
You know, I'm not shocked that you could do this, and I'm assuming that you only let me do that because you enjoyed being pampered.
Oh no, I thought it would make you feel better.
Fair enough.
Completely understandable. Now, get yourself cleaned up, little lady. Zzz.
You know, they're both tall.
They're very short. Yes, totally very short. And
Midnight?
yeah.
If it weren't for your horns, I'd be looking over your head most of the time.
I am as tall as I need to be, and he turns his head sharply and does like a little march out, just like I'm indignant and I'm leaving.
Just
To be
because
fair, I
you're
was already
taller than
looking
me
up.
doesn't make you tall.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Man down, man down.
You see one of Iceberg's guards dive down. Roll on the ground.
You're down, Mr. President!
I will say, on that note, so we can make the initiation the grandiose big thing that it is, we will take care of that next session. Because that is going to be getting to watch Teddy be initiated, and he, well, considering what he has done, he's going to be initiated as effectively the janitor.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Aurelius and fucking Ember are just still in the spa, just like going back. I imagine like the most girly, like leg in the air imagery for
Oh my
Aurelius
God.
on the fucking thing.
Her leg stuck out. I need this shaved real quick. Actually, while he's up there, could you shave his legs too?
He's up there!
Oh my god, Aurelius is getting the full Is he going to be clean shaven?
He's
By
gonna
the
be-
end of this?
He's going to be clean shaven as far as you will allow them.
Don't get rid of the scruff.
They're going to make him smooth.
The smooth
He's
boy.
he's going to look more dignified, basically.
If that
Look
could
dignified with a beard, how dare you?
Yeah, but he's going to look less scruffy, more like, it's all formed in such a way that he actually looks like a
Less
man.
like- He's gonna look less like the New York rat and more like the pet mouse.
He's gonna look less like a guy that you'd see on a New York street, and more like a guy you'd find that like has that business beard. You know what I'm saying?
Find him in Tarjay.
So less Cole Cassidy and more Hanzo,
Yeah.
if that makes
All right,
sense.
I can live with that. All right, I can live with that.
You just need the right imagery, of course. But that being said, I'm going to close out session here. Thank you all who are watching us on Twitch. We appreciate it. We do stream these every week on twitch.tv/WhatTeamComp. And then we do post these on YouTube later. We have a playlist. It has all the current 48 other... God.
It's so close to a year.
We're almost at 52. That is impressive.
What the fuck is 52 times 3 hours? Hold on.
A lot. 156.
Why are you doing math?
Because I'm a dungeon master and quick math is quick math. But
You're gay. You can't math.
shush. I hope you all have had a good time, and also I do see in the chat we do have someone who has been voicing it and whatnot. I will make sure that is said. Gojin18 is saying, "Y'all are impressive," and actually has DM'd me stating how much he has enjoyed how you are able to balance between funny and serious, and just much kudos to all of you.
Thank you.
Well, I'm glad they enjoyed.
It's the short attention span.
The short attention span makes it so
Yeah.
they can adapt.
We can adapt it very quickly.
It also helps that a majority of us were like theater kids.
Yeah.
Effectively,
Yeah.
I think all of us are.
Yeah.
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 I got A's in that.
Yeah. But yeah, again, thank you so much for watching with us. We will be attempting to continue to keep up the streams on a weekly basis. Again, starting 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until next week, we are WhatTeamComp, and we will see you all later. Bye-bye!
Bye.
That's about it. See ya.